the number of entries. Our livestock sale was down just a little bit. I'm not really sure why that is, but we had an exceptional sale.
Probably sheer volume.
Yeah, and that could be it. We had more animals, and so the other thing we're running against is because we keep growing is our sale now overlaps the rodeo, which used to not happen, and so I think we're going to have to start our sale earlier. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. The buyers did stay. Our averages are down a little bit, but I'm not really worried about it. It still was a really good sale, and the kids were supported very well by the communities. So. It went really smoothly for the most part. I really don't have any major complaints. It was a good fair. And then we've just kind of been recovering since then. As you see from the growth, and if you were at the fairgrounds, you saw that we were pretty much maxed out on facility space. And I know Jason Noyce was here right before fair to talk about one of our projects that we'd like to pursue, and that's building a new building that would house kind of the show ring or sale ring for the 4-H program, and then something that could be used year round. I mean, the concept would be a good building that could be used year round. So unfortunately I was at a state and I wasn't here to join Jason, but I know he did kind of explain what we're hoping to do. So we did officially announce it at fair that we're working towards this. We did raise a little bit of money to start it. We have a long ways to go, but we're hoping to find some grants and stuff too. So it's going good. And then we just wrapped up carcass evaluation as well, which is what happens after fair, and that takes a few days after fair. So kind of going on. Michaela, our intern, she was officially done last week on the 15th. So she spent about 3 months with us this summer, and it was wonderful to have her because, as you all know, I was a little short-handed, and so having her there to help out was great. And even at fair, it was really great to have her. So I appreciate all of her hard work this summer, and she kind of did some fun projects for our office that we probably wouldn't have had time to do otherwise. So it was good to have her. Hopefully we can have an intern again someday.
On a personal note, it was neat having a Hudson back in the 4-H in the county.
Yeah, it was, I think, really enjoyable for her to make connections from her family, and to hear the stories of her dad or uncles or aunts or whatnot. I think was fun. So yeah, thank you. Yeah. Just a few other things we had going on. That week of fair, actually, earlier in the week, I was down in Chattanooga, Tennessee, at a conference. It was the National Association of Extension Agricultural Agents Conference. And I wasn't able to stay for the whole week, unfortunately, because I had to get back for fair, but it was still it was my first time I'd ever been at a National Ag Agent Conference, and so that was interesting, and I wish I could have stayed the whole week because there was a lot of great things going on, networking and getting some new ideas, so and so hopefully I can maybe go to a full one at some point in time. The other thing that I've been adding to my plate lately is they've been helping out with a couple of our neighbors who are short agricultural extension agents in the summer. Lewis and Clark in Madison Jefferson counties, either their agent resigned recently or is on extended leave, and so I've been helping out those offices as well. So just to let you know, that's been going on. I would hope that they would do the same for us if I had to be gone during the summer. So doing that for them. I'm going to go to Helena on Wednesday the afternoon and do a couple site visits for them, and they've been sending samples and phone calls and whatnot. So and then just starting to kind of, now that fair's over, wrap my head around what's coming next. And we did originally have a drone program, I think I mentioned last time, that was supposed to be scheduled for this month, and we ended up needing to reschedule that. We were having trouble with our presenters being able to line up the way we wanted, and we're running short on time. So we've rescheduled that for the spring. We haven't set a date yet, but it'll probably be like in May. So I'm really excited about that. It's still going to happen, just didn't happen when we originally hoped. And then, I'm starting to just kind of begin to think about what's next. We start to enter like the class workshop program mode here in the next few months. So starting to plan those sorts of things. We'll do another exempt water rights workshop. We'll do my usual rancher roundtables. We need to do some pesticide applicator credit trainings because we only have next year's the end of the cycle for credits for pesticide applicators in the county, so we need to ramp up that. You know, the new 4-H year is going to be starting in like 6 weeks, so it all begins again. The fall's kind of seems like the beginning of each cycle, so that's kind of what we have going on. I know I need to think about moving our office. To be honest, we haven't had a chance yet, but hopefully now, what I feel like we need to do, and I know Mike came over last week and talked to us, and I need to track down Mike Meyer, is just kind of maybe pick a date for middle or end of September and just kind of shoot for it, because otherwise I feel like we'll just keep putting it off, because it's easy to do when you get busy. So it's not that we're intentionally doing it, it's just you get busy with other things. So yeah, any questions, concerns, comments for me?
You mentioned that you would want to do the intern again in the future.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I would. I don't know if it's something I would do every year, to be honest, now that I've gone through it once. It was great to have her. I think I knew it was going to be work on my part too, but maybe underestimated the time that I had to spend, just kind of, because you have to take the time to teach, and that's really important because that's why they're there. It worked out this year, I think, because we were shorthanded in the office, and so we had a lot of time together, and she was able to step up and just take some administrative assistant roles too. But you know, even like every other year, I think might be a good idea, so that you kind of have one summer of normalcy, within the next summer you can kind of hopefully take the time to teach and be that facilitator for the process. But yes, I would like to have one again. Like I said, I don't know if next summer, maybe I'll take a summer off, but from that, but
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. It's just
Yeah.
such a great way to get somebody acclimated, but also, once you get them used to what you're doing, take a load off or start new things.
yeah.
And
sh-
it's pretty inexpensive to your department and the rest of the county.
For sure, and she was able to do a couple projects, or at least start a couple projects that I know I wouldn't have had time to do. There's a couple things that she was able to do, and then I can kind of pick up and finish for her, or some tasks that she just totally took care of, and so that was definitely nice. I think it, you know, especially if you're prepared for that. And now that I've gone through it, I feel like I can better prepare myself a little bit too. To line those things up, and so she did at least a couple projects that I had sitting on the back burner for a couple years, and while she was manning the phone, she could work on. So, so
Nice.
yeah, I think it was a good experience, and I think she really enjoyed it, and hopefully learned a lot. And we'll see if she's going to become an extension agent. I don't know. She says either this or teaching, and she's doing her student teaching in the spring for that semester, and so. We'll see if I swayed her or if the teaching side will win out.
I have no doubt you were a great teacher for her,
Well.
regardless.
And she said she learned a lot, and she said it exceeded her expectations. So
Good,
it was good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we got her to our side.
I'm hoping. We always need good agents across the state. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else?
Well, we'll make another comment. The numbers are impressive. Aside from the money, I just mean the number of 4-H exhibitors. You know, in 2 years, you've increased it 30%. That's huge. Number of entries, you know, also quite a climb, almost double from 2 years ago. Allison, that's fantastic. So kudos
Yeah.
to you. I think talking about exceeds expectations. There you go.
Well, I have
Tremendous.
a good team. We have a lot of great volunteers, and what those statistics don't reflect is that in the last 4 years, we've more than doubled the amount of 4-H volunteers that are helping with the program, and through that and through the community support, we're able to reach more youth, and so those volunteers are really key, and I couldn't do it without them, and so we've done a lot of different things the last few years. Not only are we running out of space in the livestock barn, we're running out of space in the indoor exhibit building, which I don't know what I would do about that, but these are all good problems to have in my mind. You know, as I know I've told you, we added a new 4-H club, which is the first time since 1986. And so I don't foresee this trend slowing down anytime soon if things continue to to keep going as they're going. So, yeah, I really have to thank my team though for everything that they do, because I definitely don't do it alone. Yeah, it takes a team of us. So, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome, and thanks to your team.
Yeah.
Is your new assistant working out okay?
Yeah, Katria's doing great, and she started at a very crazy time, and but she is willing to jump in, and she's been doing a really good job. So I'm really excited to have her. Yep. Yep. So yeah, maybe I should have brought her. I feel like she's already been here longer than she has because she's been so busy. So, all right. Well, if you don't have anything else for me, I'll get out of your hair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anything for the budget today that I should stay for? I've not been with Fair, I haven't been good at following the meetings, I have to say.
No, everything we talked to you about is still in play.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
I don't think there's any surprises whatsoever for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
but you're
good.
welcome to come. It's
Okay.
up to you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna check the mail and then we'll see what I'm doing. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see, 11:15, commission meeting policy to see.
And the contract with Bill Jerokey.
No, I don't have that on this agenda. Okay.
Right under Allison?
What's that?
No, I have it on mine. I wonder if you didn't get one that's not been edited. Or have this added.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this is the, okay, so this is the contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has to do with Brandon also, right?
Right, so, what, Bill Jerokey is, and Brandon, we talked to you about this already, and he is available at 3. You've been on the email strings, I understand, or at least I've seen. I know you've been out of town.
I haven't got a single email.
Oh, you haven't?
I mean, check
I
my
sent-
emails.
Oh,
I'll say
okay.
that.
Okay.
I went away and shut everything off, so
Okay, good for you,
I'm back.
till you get back.
And I have yet to click on my email button this morning, so.
Well, if you're available at 3 today, Bill Jerokey would like to come and meet you, talk
Okay.
with you. So he is with the Department of Revenue, and he used to be with a director of either the Idaho or the Indiana League of Cities and Towns and Counties Association. He was with both states. The one he was director of, I think, is Idaho, but I say I think because I'm not sure if it was the other one. But anyway, so he has extensive experience in local government budgeting. And where he really excels is in planning of budgets. So not just going through and doing a 4-year average like we do, or doing the percentage increase like we do. What he really does is delve into each and every line and talk about, the details that go with that, and help to not only balance a budget, but put together a plan. 3 to 5 year plan is kind of what we've been talking about as a group, you included, for meeting some of these things that hit. So, if you're interested in meeting him at 3 and you guys are interested in moving forward, this is on the agenda so that we can go ahead and vote to approve you guys working together. Bill's gonna charge $50 an hour. It's what he makes. For a contract, that's really inexpensive. What he says he does is he will teach you not only what he knows, but how to do it yourself. So it's kind of a train the trainer type opportunity. And when he's done working with you, if it's a positive experience, I would really like to get him with Mary, with all her different departments, and actually have him work department by department, maybe jumping from there to finance for the whole budget. But, so I guess he'd be our guinea pig, and in my mind, this is something the commission would pay for as a, service to our public safety department. Is that, did I
I mean-
miss anything from our previous conversation?
No, I just think that, obviously, it's not my decision to make. It would be the sheriff's decision if we were to go through with this individual. So, I mean, I think, obviously, I'll see if the sheriff's available to talk with him this afternoon and see what he's about and what the plan would kind of be or look like. I mean, I'm all for talking to somebody to see what we can do, if anything different, and see some different ideas, so, obviously, I'll have to see what the sheriff says about this person and what he thinks, so.
All right.
So now, he was scheduled to be here now, so now, when was that changed till 3 o'clock this afternoon?
It wasn't changed, I don't know what you're asking.
Well, on my agenda here, he used to be here at 11:15.
No, he wasn't.
That's what I have right here.
No, mine says, contract with Bill Jerokey for SO, Sheriff's Office, budget planning decision.
Yeah.
Correct, it does not say that Bill's gonna be here.
Well, that's what was pertained to.
So, any further questions? What we did, last week is really just give him pieces of the budget, so he could review them. Talked a little bit with, Brandon last Wednesday, sent some emails, so if there's no other questions, I'll make a motion if you're ready.
No, I think it'd be a good idea to get him in here to go through most of these budgets if we can.
So, I'll move that we, contract with Bill Jerokey to, work with the sheriff's office, if they are agreeable, to assist with budget planning.
And that'll come out of the commissioner's budget.
Yes, and that'll come out of the commissioner's budget.
Is there a second?
I'm not against having a meeting with him, I'm against a contract with him at this point.
I'd like to say that we need to help the sheriff's office as much as we can, and I think this is a great olive branch that really could have a big bang for your buck.
Well, so I'd say I'd wait till see what the sheriff's office has to say about it.
But they can't even get started unless we give our approval, Franklin. I don't know if you understand how that works, but he's gonna be coming here to work with our folks. We can't ask him to do that without a guarantee that he's gonna be paid for his time. If it doesn't work out, if the sheriff's office says, we just can't work with this guy, or if he looks at the budget and he says, I can't work with this either, then there's no harm, no foul. But we have to have something documented that gives him an assurance that at least his time is gonna be paid for. So I think that's all I have to say on it. It's pretty straightforward.
I'll second the motion to hire Bill Jerokey at $50 an hour to help with budget planning with the sheriff's office and what other departments may deem it as necessary. Motion been made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same.
For the reason is, like I just stated before, we don't even know what the sheriff's office is interested in this. Until we find that out, then I would be, so I'll just leave it at that.
Motion carries.
All right, if you get a chance to check your emails, if you guys are not interested, let him know before 2. And if you guys are, it's certainly worth the conversation.
Yeah, once I leave here, I'll make sure the sheriff's advised and I'll let you guys know.
All right, thank you very much.
Commissioner meeting policy.
All right, so I took the information you have in front of you and I put it just on 2 pages. What we have right now is 1 page. And there's extras up here if anybody wants a copy. And basically what it does is just reiterates our resolution. Again, the open meeting policy in front of you, the meeting policy, and it's the commission meeting agenda and open meeting policy. Of course, this is required. So, we can go through it paragraph by paragraph if you want, or just in general.
We've already got an open meeting policy.
Yes, we do, from 2011. And this is what we talked about last week. It needs to be updated. So the new date states it's 2018. The 2011 mentioned the Townsend Star, which of course we no longer have. So a couple of things that needed to be changed, just updated. None of this is different than anything we've been doing.
Do we need to, under public comment, do we need to change that to include items not on the agenda? So that public comment is held during when that agenda item is brought up?
I would say no, and the reason I would is, public comment can be taken at any time during the meeting.
Okay.
So if we just keep it general like that, it continues that ability to have public comment at the end of the meeting, or if there's a lull, or on any subject matter.
May I make a comment, please?
Yes.
I'm Shirley Wilson. On written correspondence on page 2, second sentence. unanimous should be anonymous. Just kind of a word.
Thank you
correction
very much, yes, I'll make that
there. And
change.
there's some typos on the first page too that maybe should be addressed.
If you could point those out, that would be great, Shirley. This was me emailed out for edits, but oftentimes those are missed.
I'll look at it again.
Any questions? Ann has some edits, so we can incorporate those and then sign the document if you guys are agreeable this afternoon. Should be some quick changes. So, I will move that we approve the updated Broadwater County Commission meeting agenda and open meeting policy with the edits to grammar and word choice and spelling.
Is there a second?
Yeah, it's okay with me.
Motion been made and second to approve the Broadwater County Commission meetings, agenda, and open meeting policy. All in favor?
I
Opposed, same. Motion carries.
I'll also move, you brought a copy of the public process policy, move that we approve the updates to said policy.
What's this? It's a separate thing?
That was also emailed out.
I went through, I didn't see what we need to change.
And again, just an update.
I didn't see, is there anything in here about, what do they call it, Skype voting or online live voting or phone voting?
Phone, yes.
Electronic voting.
Yeah, phone is allowed, but Skype, yes. Email, that one is debatable, and we haven't got anything back from the county attorney on that yet. different counties say yes or different counties say no, so it really is county by county. John Flynn had advised the trust board that they may vote via email. Another state board in Helena has a policy that you can vote by email as long as you have 100% of your board members participate. Other counties say no, because you're not there, you don't hear comment, there's no opportunity for public comment, so therefore it's not allowed. So Broadwater County doesn't have a decision yet.
I would second the motion to update the Broadwater County Public Process Policy. Is there any further discussion? Motion been
I
made.
don't know where we need to be, I think we got everything, our other stuff.
Motion-
Typical more bureaucracy, as far as I'm concerned.
Motion been made and seconded to update the Broadwater County Public Process Policy. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same.
You know, like I say, just more bureaucracy.
Motion carries.
And I will say for the record on that, this was the result of a public process training we had with Jim Nyes. So we're just trying to
Well, that would sure
comply
change
with-
things right there, from Jim now, as far as I'm concerned. We went through some stuff with him about 4 or 5 years ago. All it did was cost the county $1,000 a day at that time.
A lot of that was your fault, Franklin. It was, but as I was saying before being interrupted, this is the result of a training. It is complying with Montana statute, Montana state law, and I think it's important that we do that. So do you want to sign one of those copies, or have me bring one at one? Okay. And I'll bring this one with the changes. Thanks, Evan, for doing that.
Yeah, we can't because we haven't, that's anything that's.
Oh, okay, I'll update that and bring it all to at one. That'll be pretty easy.
So, 11:30, budget planning decision. What do we got?
Debbie should be here with that in a minute, I would think. I think she's done some pretty spectacular work.
Is Debbie gonna come down or?
Yeah,
Okay. So we have dates for the, we had set dates for the hearings,
yeah, it'll be next Monday.
that's the preliminary hearing for the final budget.
That's the final budget hearing, yeah. She had to have that in the legals for 2 weeks, so that went out yesterday, or last week.
That's been advertised.
Mm-hmm.
Board of Health meeting was canceled, has it been rescheduled or not? You just go until the next month?
Julie, did we not reschedule Board of Health for this Wednesday?
Yes,
And was it canceled again then, or no?
No.
No, it was
Not
just
as far as I
rescheduled
know.
for Wednesday, okay.
Wednesday at 1 o'clock.
We'll have to get ahold of Mary.
Okay. I am not available tomorrow,
Okay.
but I could be Wednesday other than that.
Wednesday at 1 o'clock, still Board of Health then.
So I'll get hold of Mary and see if we can't do that, let's say at 3.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we have 4:30 Wednesday. Well, we have 5:30, so we'll
Oh,
have to
well, we
move
can
here.
do it on one.
Yeah, we can do that.
Or we could do it in the morning.
Yeah, I'd rather do it in the morning. I'm planning to go down a little early.
To look at Caution Dam
Come on,
Road.
with Caution Dam Road, so at 10
Okay,
Wednesday morning.
yeah, I should only take a few minutes anyway. Oops.
You do have a 10 o'clock budget planning on Wednesday.
If needed, yeah. I had a note here, cancel if not needed. And put the Tosh Dam Road at 10 and 1 o'clock
Or
Board
we
of
gonna
Health.
need the budget deal Wednesday at 10?
I don't know yet. I think we won't know that until we have our meeting with Debbie here in a few minutes.
Okay.
She seems pretty upbeat, so I'm encouraged that we probably won't.
that?
the policy thing, we lost you.
I got this one, I don't have the other one.
Are they different ones?
Here, we'll take this one.
Is it these two pages, this is the two page copy?
Process
Yeah.
policy, I think is the one you're looking for.
Do you have your process policy for Cory?
Is it this two page one here? No?
There's no space.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, change this to Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, take out the apostrophe S, turns it into a position.
Thanks, Ann.
And then, this one, I didn't know whether that's what you actually wanted.
It is, it's
Okay,
actually
that's
part of
fine.
our
Okay,
training.
that's fine.
Yeah, and I actually had to ask what it
Okay,
meant.
okay,
So we used a legal dictionary,
okay,
so it's a
there you
legal
go.
term.
Works for me.
All right. You know, if we're in a holding pattern, I'd be happy to go make the changes to this.
Okay.
All right, I will be right back. Keys, I'll stop and see Debbie and see if she's coming down.
You just turn off the camera for you.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
It's stuck. Mr. Singh would be real proud of you.